Welcome to the OpenUSD Insiders live stream, everybody. Welcome to my great co-host here, Ashley. Hey, Ashley.
Hi,
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this.
This is amazing. So this is obviously, this is like Christmas for NVIDIA because we have GTC coming up in just a few days. So we thought it would be amazing to invite some very special guests here to kind of go over some of the ins and outs of GTC, whether you'll be participating on site and coming to San Jose, California, or you're going to be attending virtually. There's stuff for everybody. We're going to go through all that on key areas today. But if you have any questions or if you are coming to GTC, let us know in the chat right now. We'd love to hear if you're coming, whether if you're attending virtually, let us know you registered. There are some big benefits to registering. So we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But before we do, I'm going to go over a couple of quick news announcements. Then we're going to dive back into GTC and our very special guests. So first, obviously, starting March 18th is GTC, and the keynote is going to be what kicks things off generally, although it's the keynote happens after things start. But that will be an amazing experience, not only if you're there in person, there's amazing electricity is crazy, or if you're watching virtually. We expect it to be a huge event by people watching all over the world. Ashley, I don't know about you, but this keynotes, I know we have a lot of people on the team who work on different content, different pieces of it. None of us really get to see the whole thing until it's actually live, right? We may have seen little bits and pieces of our team stuff. So we're as excited to watch this as all of you out there. I definitely recommend you going to that link, NVIDIA GTC keynote, and add it to your calendar so you can watch it live with everybody else. There's going to be some amazing announcements and show and tells in there that you really don't want to miss. So that's the first thing. And actually, you're gonna, so you will both be there, obviously, right? You're not only there, you actually have an instrumental part at GTC as usual, as you did last year also. So you actually help plan some of the content that people are going to be actively participating with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk more about it later in more detail, but I'll be teaching one of the courses on Wednesday. I'll be at a TA at a lot of them, so you'll see me walking around constantly. So GTC is huge for NVIDIA, and there's going to be a lot of us that you're going to recognize from these live streams. So, I mean, if you're there and you see us, don't be afraid to say hi to us. We'll be excited to meet you.
Yeah, we have some cool tools there to help facilitate networking and meeting. You can install the GTC app, and there's a brain date kind of feature there, which helps you basically look at different topics that people have kind of thrown out there and invited people to come meet with them on. Or you can propose your own topic and open yourself up for meetings. Every time I've added one, they get full pretty quick. So I highly recommend if you got time on your schedule, it's a great opportunity to meet people and connect with others for business and for just general networking. We have actually, so in addition to everything happening with GTC, we've actually been producing some great content for the robotics developers out there, including a new learning path on robotics fundamentals. I think Shane had shared this video recently, but he has a great video on our Discord server, kind of comparing some of the differences between Isaac Sim and Isaac Lab. And this kind of learning path is basically a module of courses that help people learn all about robotics, similar to the Learn OpenUSD learning path that we have that Krista, who's joining us today, helped put together. So really exciting stuff. We'll put the link in the chat. We highly recommend robotics developers or interested developers check out this learning path for a great guided experience on getting everything you need to know. We also are very excited that we had the live stream on this a few weeks ago with our great colleague, Jen, who Ashley knows very well. And all the I know, right? It's been a while.
Has been.
So streaming AR experiences on the Apple iPad, and also it does support other devices as well. So there's more information on that, but we have also specific information about getting up to date with Apple iPad and NVIDIA Omniverse. So we have an early access program that you can participate with. We'll drop the link in the chat. Lots of excitement there, and we have a dedicated channel for XR stuff on the Discord server as well, if you want to chat with the community about it. We have a great course. Is this called course, I guess? No, this is a video, rather. This is a video. Why you should use
a whole playlist.
It's a playlist. Okay, so it's several. So this is, we'll drop this in the chat. This is a YouTube playlist and also probably exists on NVIDIA On Demand, I hope. But why you should use OpenUSD. So this is very helpful for people who are just learning about OpenUSD for the first time. We always have a lot of new people watching the stream. Or if you're an OpenUSD veteran, or you've even been part of our OpenUSD study groups, this will be a great complementary video series for you to find out more of the fundamentals and areas maybe you're not so familiar with and want to dive into. We've got so much excitement over the OpenUSD study groups. We now even have an OpenUSD study group that's hosted for Middle Eastern or Arabic speakers, I should say, by one of our Omniverse ambassadors. So if you're interested in that study group, that happens, I believe, on Saturdays. We have it added to our Ed event calendar. So we now have an OpenUSD study group for English speakers, and we have one for Arabic speakers. So we hope that if you're interested, it's a great opportunity to hang out with other people and talk about OpenUSD. And back to GTC, here are some of the amazing sessions and workshops and trainings that we have planned, specifically on physical AI and robotics. Obviously, this is a conference of global AI, so it's going to be a lot of focus there on physical AI and robotics. These are some of the featured talks. We're going to dive into some of these workshops and talks in a few minutes. That QR code, though, is very handy. If you have your phone handy, go ahead and snap that, and it'll bring you right to the webpage where you'll be able to see these sessions. I highly recommend everybody add the sessions as we're talking about them. If you see something interesting, I highly recommend you add to your schedule now. There's a good reason for it. We need to know how many people are kind of jumping in to have an interest in the sessions. May even cause us to change maybe some of the rooms. So make sure if you're interested in the session, you put it on your calendar so that we can know, get a good sense of who's coming. The other thing, even if it is on your calendar, I also recommend you show up very early to the sessions that you're really, really passionate about, right? So if there's, don't show up there a minute before the doors open. Show there early, and if it's something really important, show there very early so that you're guaranteed a seat. The keynote, I think, is going to be a nice line for that, and I think they're having some festivities around that line for that. So definitely come early for the keynote. Yeah, and here's his edge computing and AI for all the developers out there interested in these sessions and workshops. Again, this QR code is specific to that. If you have any questions on these sessions or these workshops, post them in the live chat, but also after this live stream, you could come over to our Discord server. We've set a channel specifically for GTC. Ask any questions you like. We've pinned a bunch of important information there, including a discount code for the community members. Virtual is free, just to remind everybody, but there is obviously an on-site a cost to coming to GTC to attend the sessions live. But virtually, you can, not all the sessions are broadcast virtually, but there's a big advantage to registering virtually, and that is that you get access to the sessions as soon as they're put up online. And you don't have to wait for a couple months typically for them to appear on NVIDIA on demand. Right after GTC closes, you'll be able to see most of the sessions if you are registered. Here's the sessions and workshops on computer vision and video and analytics. Again, that QR code will bring you right there. So I'll leave this on the screen for a few seconds. Most of the team will be out there from Sunday to Friday. We're going to be doing coffees and lunches and dinners with the community team. So let us know if you are coming so you can be included in some of that goodness. Developer labs for physical AI and robotics. Here are these, again, with the QR code. I can't tell you how much excitement there is in the world for robotics now. You guys probably all know it watching this, and especially in our community. Some really amazing and show and tells are going to be in the keynote, and as well as some of the sessions that we're seeing on the screen now. So make sure you add these to your schedule if you are interested. And we have a very special thing happening. People may remember from not too long ago, we had an OpenUSD Day, which is a fantastic celebration of OpenUSD with content scattered throughout the day on OpenUSD. At this GTC, we have a humanoid developer day, which is amazing. It'll be a tremendous amount of fun. I'm super excited. I guaranteed you're going to see some cool stuff walking around on the expo floor. So the expo floor is going to be another great place to hang out. These are the sessions and workshops related to the Humanoid Developer Day. Definitely leverage that QR code so you can get to everything quickly. Don't worry about it. If you miss it, this live stream is on the YouTube channel right after we finish. So you can go ahead and go to the live section of our YouTube channel and pause wherever you need to get these QR codes. These are the NVIDIA Jetson developer sessions. A lot of excitement over NVIDIA Jetson, obviously. So we want to make sure people are full aware of the featured talks and workshops relating to Jetson. Again, you can leverage our Discord if you have questions with other people of the community. Maybe you want to meet up with someone who's going to be going to GTC. Also from the community, it's a great place to exchange contact information. And there's also great opportunities to get trained and certified at GTC, as is the case with GTC. So 17 expert-led workshops this year, and we are super excited. So Ashley, is your workshop part of this?
It's a part of the training. It's not a certification. So it's a part of one of the 17 expert-led workshops.
Okay, awesome. All right, so there's some of the costs involved. Use that QR code to find out more information. These are typically packed, as that picture shows. All the equipment is there for you, so you don't have to bring anything.
Oh,
And
I
it's
didn't
really
realize these were. Oh, these are the full day ones. Excuse me. I will rewind. I am not a part of the workshop. These are totally different.
okay. Yeah,
These are intense.
These are intense. So yeah, you don't have to bring anything, but definitely you need to sign up. So make sure you, if you're interested, it's a great place to get certified, and you have live Q&A, not only with some of the other attendees, but that of course the teachers.
We have so much going on.
There's
oh my
so
goodness.
much going on. And I'm super excited about this also. We always talk about Inception on this live stream, what a great resource is. We have great activities around startups at GTC this year. We have basically a nice area where startups that are part of the Inception program are going to be showing off their latest work. There's a whole area of GTC floor dedicated to that. And there's also going to be a networking event for startups. We highly encourage if you're a startup, and the definitions are rather loose for Inception in terms of startups, just have to be within less than 10 years old. So use that QR code to make sure that you can get the most out of that free program that's available to startups of all ages. I just learned actually the other day that you do not need to even be leveraging NVIDIA tech right now in your startup to be able to be part of the startup program. So that's a really awesome thing. Okay, so here's a link. It's going to bring you to the tools, learning resources, and the community online resources. So use that QR code for that. This is the NVIDIA Developer Program. I'm going to be actually volunteering at this booth myself, so you'll see me there pop up at different times. We're going to have developers that are going to be help guide people to the different developer programs that exist, and provide the resources and let people sign up to different things that they need, answer any questions. I did this last year also. It was a great opportunity to meet developers and engage with NVIDIA directly. And there's also all this stuff really also, I think, help show how accessible a lot of our team is and the technology. So we hope you make the full use of this for that.
Yeah, and bring your comfy walking shoes if you're coming in person.
That's true.
There's going to be so much you can bounce back and forth from, and then maybe wear your what's the thing that counts your steps?
Your
step counter thing, but
yeah.
like have an official name, whatever one of those are. Wear those so you can see how many steps you walk.
Pedometer, we're seeing in the chat.
Yeah. Pedometer.
Okay. All right. So I just saw a note that was passed to me. We're going to go over some of this content in the actual presentation we're going to do in a minute. So we're going to circle back to some of that content in a minute. But let me bring in our guests, so now we can go over what we're going to be talking about all next week. So we'll start with. I'll just bring everybody up, and then let me introduce one person at a time. Maybe that's easier. It's less overwhelming. So here's starting next to me here is Krista. Hey, Krista. Oh, Krista doesn't even have a webcam on. There she is.
Hello.
Welcome. Thanks for waiting there. Okay, so tell everybody about your awesome role you do at NVIDIA and what you're doing next week at GTC, and then we're going to dive into more of the conversation in a minute.
Yeah, I work alongside Ashley on the tech marketing team, but my team mostly focuses on training content and different ways that we can help enable developers adopt our stuff with learning content. So we put out the Learn OpenUSD path and the robotics fundamentals path that Edmar just talked about. And we're also putting on, I think it's like 12 or 14 two-hour training labs this week during the week. So we've got an awesome room. We're going to camp out there all week. Dell is providing all the workstations, so you don't even need to bring your own computer. You can just come in, use these amazing machines, and get a full education in all things Omniverse and robotics.
That's amazing. Okay, super excited. We're going to hear a lot more about that in a few minutes. Here's our other colleague, Pomi. Pomi, I always know how to pronounce your name because the wonderful way you taught me when we met.
Yeah.
Rhymes with homie. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, homie like homie, like because I am your best friend when it comes to Omniverse.
Whenever I try to tag Pomi in anything, it tries to autofill the pomegranate.
You know what? That's fine too.
That's healthy.
Also at the store, not that this is relevant, but if you go to Target or something, there's like a tomato sauce named Pomi as well. So
Oh, I'm
we're
going to look for
taking over
that.
the world, you know?
So you're going to be at GTC with all of us, actually, and you're doing some cool, exciting things. You also have set up a brain date, which I saw was already full.
Wow.
So tell me what you're doing and what your role is here.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. Pomi Lee, product marketing manager here at NVIDIA, specifically on Omniverse developers. So, really trying to make sure that, especially with the brain day that you just talked about, Edmar, really trying to make sure to help you provide resources to get you started. Whether you're into robotics, Isaac Sim, whether you're into Kit SDK or anything in between, I really just want to be helpful to you and a resource to you. So, I'll actually be on the floor of GTC. We'll go through some of the content in a second, but I'll be helping moderate a lightning talk there specifically for our startups who are a part of the NVIDIA Inception program. So that's very exciting, as well as moderating some of our sessions related to OpenUSD. So exciting,
Awesome.
exciting.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that in a few minutes. And here's our colleague, Carissa. Hey, Carissa.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So let everybody know a little bit about what your role is here and what you're doing for GTC.
Of course. So I'm Carissa Pagliaro. I'm from the Inception team. Our team is focused on startups and VC program. We're a free program. And Edmar kind of talked about it a little bit, and I'll get to it a little bit more on my slides as well. I will be on site at GTC as well, just like everyone else is on this group, which is very exciting. Thrilled to talk a little bit more too today about our startup program, all the sessions we're offering. So thank you. Look forward to chatting a little bit more today about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. And last but not least, we have my good friend Max here. Hey, Max.
How are you? Thanks for
How are
having
you
me.
doing?
Good, good.
Thanks for joining us. So you have a very, I think, one of the funnest roles here. You get to work with lots of cool educators across the world. So tell me about what you do here and what's up at GTC with your team.
That's right. I'm the marketing campaign manager for higher education and research. So I get to work with students, with educators, with academic researchers on a lot of different programs that we have to offer. At GTC, we have a jam-packed agenda. So we have student sessions. We have researcher and educator-specific sessions. We have developer booth. We have developer booth activations. And we also have training and DLI. So I'll be participating across the board there. So you'll see me running around. Also introducing a couple speakers for sessions. So really excited, and there's a lot to offer both virtually and in person. So excited to share.
This is great. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick overview of GTC, and we're gonna go around to each of our presenters that are here today. They're gonna dive into areas. There was a very specific reason for having them introduce themselves first, because you have to wait a few minutes until we get to their section. But if you have questions now, say for example on higher education, you can chat with Max in the live chat or post your question there. If you have a question on Inception startups, you can get this conversation going in a live chat with any questions there with Carissa. If you are interested in the learning path and the workshops, you talk to Krista in the chat. But we're going to do a deep dive with each of these great people in a few minutes. But first, a quick overview of GTC. GTC, as I mentioned before, is bigger than ever. It is actually 40% larger than last year, which is insane.
Oh,
last year was
boy.
big.
You really need your pedometer now.
Not only that, it's like not even like contained to one building. It's a whole area of San Jose. The Tech Museum for the XR Zone, IMAX, is going to be meetups. There's the GTC Park. There's going to be live music, outdoor games, food vendors.
A night market.
Over 1,200 sessions, 442 talks and tutorials, 61 panels and fireside chats, 15 lightning talks. It's going to be the most exciting and biggest GTC we've ever held in history. So I really hope that those out there, if you haven't made your plans yet, you come and attend. If you can't, don't worry about it. Like I said, we hope that you can attend virtually. It's free virtually. So you just need to register so you have access to things. We have they're going to be a good section of a good number of talks that are going to be live streamed. So you'll be able to watch them live when everybody else does. And the ones that aren't, like I said, will be available on demand for registered attendees, typically within 2 to 3 days following GTC. So that's a really important motivator for registering for the virtual attendance. You can highlight the sessions you're interested in using your registration sheet when you register. You can obviously talk about GTC on social media. We'd love for you to do that and use the hashtag GTC. We have a GTC Discord channel as well. It is called GTC. So you can chat with us there and other users who are going. We are, yeah. So we're going to be there in full force. You can say anyone. You usually wear NVIDIA wear, so don't be shy. Feel free to walk up to anyone that you see wearing an NVIDIA shirt, and they can help you find what you need. We've all been kind of trained on what's happening everywhere. So if we don't know, we'll find out the right person. We also highly encourage people to get their GTC app, which is a great resource when you're there, to be able to.
I have a tip for the GTC app.
Please.
I installed it the other day. Well, actually, I already had it on my phone, so I just updated it for 2025. And if you allow it to see your location, it can tell you where you're at on the map, and then you can tell which session you want to go to, and it'll give you a route to get there.
Oh, that's
Which
awesome.
we wanted last year. I was like, that'd be a great idea. Someone heard me and implemented it.
That is super awesome. Okay. So like I said, leverage the GTC app and actually the device there. But now let's kind of dive into some of the key sessions that are happening. And obviously, this is the global conference for AI. And as I mentioned a little earlier, physical AI and robotics is going to be a big part of that. OpenUSD, as always. And Pomi, you are our best presenter here for this topic. So I'm super excited to talk with you about what's happening next week with physical AI, USD, and robotics.
All right, let me share my screen. Give me a moment.
Take your time. And again, everybody, I welcome you to let us know if you're coming to GTC in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to post them there. And let me see if this can, there we go.
All right, perfect. All right, so I'll go through some key sessions per topic. Now, I will say we'll send a link in the chat as well, specifically for the ones for virtual. So if you are attending virtually, we'll have a list for you there. But let's go through this. So physical AI and robotics. This is our main targeted agenda, and we hope you're able to join these sessions here. The first session is a new era of generalist robotics, the rise of humanoids. So this is a panel with Skilled AI, Tiffin Tech, NVIDIA, Boston Dynamics, Agility Robotics, and 1X. It's really the leading humanoid robotics companies talking about their outlook related to humanoid robotics. So it's can't miss that. You should definitely join that. And another panel that's really going to be exciting to see is also this physical AI for the next frontier of industrial digitalization. So we have a CNBC anchor, as well as top companies, Microsoft, we have Siemens, Intrinsic, Agility Robotics, Foxconn, as well as ourselves, NVIDIA, who will be leading that panel as well. So really the world's largest industries entering in physical AI and having that conversation and what their outlook is as well. So two awesome panels for physical AI that you shouldn't miss. I believe both of those are live streamed as well. So whether you're in person or you are online, don't forget to miss those. With physical AI, another talk is an intro to NVIDIA Cosmos World Foundation Model. So if you are familiar with Cosmos, during CES that was announced, and if you want to just learn more about that and really understand how that works, I definitely recommend going there. Mingyu from NVIDIA is going to be presenting there and kind of giving you the 101 on Cosmos. So if you're definitely interested in that sort of topic, feel free to join that. So those are some of the top 3 physical AI and robotics conference sessions. This will be shared after. So this is definitely an extensive list for everything physical AI, whether it's talks, panels, connect with experts, as well as training labs that I know Krista will go through later to this live stream. So we're going to go ahead and skip to Humanoid Developer Day.
Super exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. We've got a lot of sessions. So whether you're into physical AI or any of the topics that we're about to run into, definitely add that to your schedule because they're already getting really booked, if not, very booked. So make sure to do that so that you have that on your calendar. All right. So Humanoid Developer Day. So similar to Cosmos intro, there's also a 101 to building humanoid robots. So if you're interested in this topic, or whether you're new or a little bit more familiar with this, we have a ton of people from NVIDIA who are going to provide sort of a panel to talk about, introduce this sort of topic. And so definitely would add that to your schedule if you're interested in that topic at all. That's happening on Wednesday at 8 a.m. through 9:30. Next, we have a new path to embodied AI. So this is a talk specifically all about embodied AI, and also understanding the challenges as well as proposing a framework specifically for deploying robots and agents. So I highly recommend going to the intro and then going straight into this 2 hours later, essentially really deep diving on this sort of topic and understanding kind of the challenges there and what Deepak is proposing to kind of address those challenges. All right, moving forward, we have another panel, and then we'll go into OpenUSD next. But another panel is also the promise of humanoid robots, specifically with Aaron Saunders from Boston Dynamics. It's a deep dive into this sort of topic as well. So this schedule is really helpful because it's basically back-to-back on all things humanoid. So if you're really interested, I believe Wednesday is humanoid all day, humanoid developer day. So you can really just dive into any sort of topic. It's great that we kicked off the schedule with an intro. So that way you can just go in, really soak up all this information, and then kind of, go on your way. So that is Humanoid Dev Day.
Start bright and early.
Yeah, essentially get there early so that you can save your seat, and then basically from all day just learn, and then also network with the people there as well, right? It's not just about learning, it's about networking with people specifically for humanoids, right? So
Totally.
Definitely highly recommend that. All right, OpenUSD. One of my favorite topics for sure. And so in the same sort of fashion, we have an intro to OpenUSD. This is where Aaron at NVIDIA is going to present everything related to OpenUSD, whether you're starting or you're a veteran in this sort of topic. It's really great that there is an intro, but Aaron will also go through sort of the roadmap as well. So you can kind of understand like the concept of OpenUSD and what's coming up next. So definitely recommend going to that. Our next, we have a panel where yours truly will be helping moderate this sort of lightning talk, if you will, with the startups. So we have startups in the Inception program who are using OpenUSD and Omniverse within their 3D workflow. So definitely check that out. This is also going to be live streamed as well. So it's including myself, but also our great companies. We have Met AI Technology, Neural Concepts, Standard Bots, as well as NTOP, who will be kind of going through that. And we'll also have a Q&A at the end as well. So really looking forward to that sort of conversation that we'll have with our awesome startups.
That's awesome.
One other session for OpenUSD that I wanted to talk with you all about is related to Coca-Cola. So OpenUSD applying that, Coca-Cola is actually applying that within their marketing. So it'll be really cool to see both Coca-Cola as well as Grip, who will be talking more about that. It's really awesome to see kind of how OpenUSD is expanding marketing operations for big companies like Coca-Cola, so definitely recommend that. All right.
Super exciting.
We're going to go into spatial computing and XR. So if you're at all interested in spatial computing or Apple Vision Pro, definitely go to these sessions. We have a ton of sessions. In the similar fashion intro, we have a session called Develop the Future of Photoreal Spatial Computing with Apple Vision Pro and Omniverse. Essentially an intro, but really a technical deep dive of this sort of concept. And once you go into that session with both Apple as well as NVIDIA, really soak up that information, you can then actually see that applied to different companies. So we have, if we go to the next panel here, we have both from NVIDIA as well as Katana applying that to the automotive marketing, specifically how automotive is using that towards their marketing campaigns, how they're sort of using Apple Vision Pro to kind of accelerate that, optimize that. But also on this next session here, we have BMW who's using Apple Vision Pro to create a BMW factory tour, essentially. So it's really cool to kind of see each of these topics I'm going through. We have an intro where you can kind of learn about this topic, then actually applications to, in this case, spatial computing, Apple Vision Pro, but also, OpenUSD, etc. So there's really content for everyone, regardless of what level developer you are. I highly recommend you go to those.
That's amazing.
And then I have one more topic. I know I'm talking a lot, but we just have a lot.
No, this is great. This is really great info for everybody.
Perfect. So industrial AI and digital twins, if you're interested in this, we have, I spoke about this in the beginning of our physical AI, so I'll skip it. This is the panel I talked about with our CNBC anchor, as well as top companies. And they'll talk a little bit more about the application within industrial AI, but we also have similar things to like Siemens, for example. So Siemens is using photorealistic digital twin at scale in their product design. We have Foxconn, Sight Machines, all these different companies who are applying sort of that physical AI within their industrial manufacturing. Highly recommend if you're at all interested in kind of seeing how that, the Omniverse and OpenUSD technology is kind of pushing that sort of industry forward. Those were my main topics. I did just want to go to this last tab here, that if you are at all on the GTC webpage, you'll also see that this sort of icon here that says live stream. I highly recommend as you add schedule that you can also add it based off of whether it's live stream or virtual. These are just a couple of different sessions that are definitely live stream that we'll post in the chat in just a moment. But I highly recommend you either go there if you're going there in person or watch it live when we have it. And as you can see, I'm going to go up here really quick. These sessions are throughout Monday through Friday. So there's a ton of sessions going on, ton of content for everyone. So that is my spiel.
Well, that's a great spiel. It was awesome. So much information. And you could see that there's something there for everybody, as Pomi just said. We had some great comments in the chat. When you went over the BMW session, and we have none other than our Omniverse ambassador, John Mitchell, in the audience right now. Hey, John. He works for BMW, so he can say that.
Calling himself out.
But amazing. Yeah, there's really great content. It's great to see so many familiar brands also presenting and sharing their work. I think that's just one of the most inspiring things I see from our user base and community at large, is that how open and transparent people are with sharing their workflows and their experience and helping others kind of learn from their whole process. And as you can see from the amount of sheer sessions we have on these topics, that there's definitely something there for everybody. Again, virtual is 100% free, so I really do recommend that people do register. You do it now during the live stream, so you have it done, and add some streams as some sessions that we're talking about to your schedule as we're talking. You have nothing to lose. It's free, and like I said, if nothing else, you have access to those sessions before the rest of the world does. That'll have to wait months after GTC. You'll have it within 3 days following GTC if you don't catch it live. Thank you so much, Pomi. That was awesome. Pomi, you are welcome to stay. You also, I know you are very busy right now, and you're juggling a bunch of stuff, including that getting ready for that awesome panel I can't wait for. So feel free if you need to go, you can go, and we'll see you next week, or you can hang out. I'll leave it up to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Pomi. All right, and that was fantastic. And like we mentioned, Pomi's actually there meeting with folks too, so you can set up potentially. We're trying to set up another brain date, so maybe she'll do it. But she's already got a nice group meeting happening in one of her brain dates. So use that brain date feature to look for different topics that might interest you, and you can meet with someone like Pomi to talk about. I think yours is on. Just getting started with Omniverse, right? Just providing resources. It's just a conversation of where you're at and how I can help you. So more than happy. If there's more demand, we'll see. There's more demand.
Now,
there's more demand.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now I'm very excited because these learning path modules that have been released throughout this past year have really been instrumental in helping not only new developers or up-and-coming developers, but also veteran developers dive deeper into OpenUSD. So we have none other than Krista here, who we introduced a few minutes ago. So she's going to talk a little about what we're doing for OpenUSD training sessions at GTC, and I think also touch on our DLI, or Deep Learning Institute courses. So Krista, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'm a big fan of you and your team's work. Our community thanks you very much for all that work you do. I also got to thank the community for giving good feedback when we've asked some feedback along the way. But it's great content, and it's free, right? So that's probably
love free.
So Krista, so tell us what's on the agenda for next week?
Yeah, let me see if I can successfully share my screen. All right.
And here we go. I think I see it right now.
Are you good in slideshow mode? Is it working?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, awesome. Yes, Ashley's right. We do love free. This year at GTC, all of the training labs are included with your normal conference badge pass. If you were there last year, it was a different tier. They were limited. People couldn't get in. This year, it's all first come, first serve. So, on that note, definitely recommend coming early. But we do have a whole week's worth of 2-hour training labs. We've been collaborating with different experts at NVIDIA, and there are, some of our partners are coming in and teaching labs, but every single one of these labs will help you on your journey as you continue your work in either Omniverse or robotics or whatever it is you're interested in. So let me see. All of our labs are in the same room. Again, I mentioned that at the beginning of the call, but worth noting again, once you find LL21E, just stay there all week. And we're also very lucky that we get to run all of these on the Dell workstation. So you don't need to bring your own laptop. You don't need to worry about compute power, anything like that. Everything will be taken care of for you. So I wanted to run through, Pomi just showed a bunch of targeted agendas. Kind of wanted to align to that theme in case there's specific things you're interested in. All of these are the labs that kind of more closely focus on physical AI and robotics. On Monday afternoon, Scaled Foundations is going to come in, their partner, and do an introduction to robotic simulation course through their great Isaac platform. So that's a browser-based way for you to consume and use Isaac Sim. So that's great introduction to, if you don't have this PP workstation at home, that's a great one to check out in terms of how you can get started in a browser. Tuesday, we've got a entire lab dedicated to our sensor RTX API. So these are in early access. But if you are interested in this and want to learn how to get started, definitely check this one out. This is all about, our sensor sim and things that are really critical for either, autonomous driving or robots or, physical AI in buildings. This is a great one to check out. Wednesday, we have accelerating ROS2 workloads. So if you're already a ROS developer, come see this one, learn how Isaac ROS can help you out. We also have software in the loop testing for robots with OpenUSD, Isaac Sim, and ROS. And then we have robotic simulation with reinforcement learning at scale. So this last one is taught by AWS. It's all about reinforcement learning, training a humanoid how to walk and behave in an environment. So that'll be a fun one. And the one up here, the software in the loop one, that'll be good if you're just kind of getting started. This is kind of the first step in terms of bringing your robots into your factory and getting them set up in a simulation. Thursday, definitely check out Learn OpenUSD Robotics Best Practices. So if you've been paying attention to this call or if you've been to one of these live streams before, I'm sure you're aware of how critical USD is to everything we do. And, we've been putting a lot of effort into the USD learning resources. And this is the first one we have that specifically talks to robotics. So whether you're a roboticist who's never used USD or if you're a USD developer who's never gotten into robotics, this is a good place to see how those two things overlap. And then on Friday, definitely come check out these two sessions. This is more on the synthetic data side. We have one that's about perception AI models with synthetic data generation. And then we have one that's going to show you hands-on access to NVIDIA Cosmos. So you'll get to try out some of the Cosmos models, but get a better understanding of what they're supposed to do, what they can do for you. And that'll be a really exciting one to check out. Again, OpenUSD, important to everything we do. The Learn OpenUSD Robotics Best Practices is great to check out, but we're also going to have this second session, Learn OpenUSD Foundations to Applied Concepts. So this is actually going to be a self-paced session. You'll get to come in, you'll get to play with the Learn OpenUSD content that we already have public. But the value here is it's going to be filled with a room full of USD experts. So we're going to have our OpenUSD robotics experts, our OpenUSD factory experts, our OpenUSD configurator experts. No matter what you're doing with your workflow, there's going to be an expert in the room that you can talk to. Aaron Luck will be there. Ashley will be there. It's just a great, if you have your own projects, come check this one out. And then, everything else we do is built on OpenUSD. So I won't go through all of these because I know we just touched on some of them, but on Monday, we have 2 great sessions on Apple Vision Pro development. Actually, they're for spatial applications that use Omniverse as the back for and obviously the foundation of that is USD. So if you're going to build this type of spatial application, you're going to want to know this type of workflow. We also have another lab on Tuesday that uses the Apple Vision Pro. This one, you'll actually be using the Apple Vision Pro for teleop and then using it to train a robot in simulation. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we have Ashley's lab. So Wednesday we have developing OpenUSD applications for control board generated AI. This is where we're going to be using an OpenUSD scene in Omniverse. You'll get to learn how to build a generative AI app, extension connected to some of our NIMs and APIs, so that you can have this USD scene that can be augmented with AI. Let's see, and then
we've got just a really quick note that we've got actually a lot of interest from that in the community. I think people are super excited about that. That's such a hot topic. So thank you guys so much for putting that together.
That was going to be really fun, and you're going to make something really pretty. So
awesome.
Wear your makeup so you can take a selfie with it and publish it to social media so I can see.
I'll bring my eyeliner.
Yeah. Let's see. Then we have spatial, just touched on this, but yeah, these three the Apple team's going to be there. We'll have Apple Vision Pros. So whether you're kind of more on the, the Swift side of development or the Omniverse side of development, these two labs on Monday are going to be great to check out. And then Tuesday, again, this is not so much about spatial development, but you will get to use the Apple Vision Pro to train your robot, which is a lot easier than training it the old-fashioned way, which manually. So you'll capture a tele-op workflow, scale it up with some algorithms so that you don't have to do the workflow 1,000 times, and then end up with a trained robot at the end. So that'll be a really fun one. That one's right after keynote. And then for all of these, again, like it's open to everyone, first come, first serve. So definitely get there early, get in line. The equipment is limited. So show up. If you want to join us. Industrial AI and digital twins. So you can see there's a lot of overlap between these sessions because everything we do touches everything else we do. But if you're interested in more of the digital twin side or factory-based workflows, these are kind of the ones that you would want to check out to build your own little learning path for the week. Building a spatial application for your factory, doing the sensor RTX APIs. This one on Thursday is going to be really great. This one is partnered with Microsoft, where you'll get to get some hands-on experiences with some of our kind of public samples that we have, so that you can do all of these things at home. In terms of doing some app streaming to get your factory into a browser, and then Microsoft's going to come in and talk about their Power BI platform in terms of how you can get the kind of like dashboard and additional interface set up. So that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
14 labs.
That's it. Yeah, no big deal.
That's amazing. Is Kevin going to be there?
Yep, Kevin will be there. The whole team will be there. The experts will be there. We'll be in this room all week. So if you also just want to come say hi, you know where to find us. We're not going to be able to run away.
And there's no window, so we will be welcoming anybody that has seen the sun and let us know it still exists.
Yeah, exactly. And then this link here, either the tiny URL or the QR code will lead you to a playlist that just includes all of the labs that are going to be in that room. There's a couple more that we're not doing, but they're still going to be great to check out. So if you are just planning on camping out in this room all day, here's your schedule for the week. And we can't wait to have you join us. And if you can't join us, or even if you can, you have a week to prepare, 5 days. I don't even know how long. As Edmar mentioned at the beginning, our robotics fundamentals learning path is live. So you can do all of these courses for free online right now. Bookmark that link, because as we release new courses, we'll keep them on that link. We're really excited for that. And yes, I agreed with Edmar. Your feedback has been awesome. We do read the feedback. We do read the survey data. And so definitely share what you like, share what you didn't like, share what we could do better. And of course, OpenUSD. Definitely work on this one. We're going to have some new courses coming out before SIGGRAPH, and we're also working on a certification. So you can get ready for the test or the exam. When it comes out, you'll get certified. You'll get to brag to all your friends that you are OpenUSD certified. So thank you guys so much. That is all I had to share.
Carissa, thank you so much for helping to put all this stuff together and presenting it as a nice format for everybody. Again, people, feel free to add these sessions to your catalog. Download GTC app. Ask us questions at the GTC channel on Discord if you like. We still have some time to go in the chat, so feel free to post your question in the chat here. But thank you so much, Carissa. That was awesome. I have to say, I love coming down during GTC and seeing all the action there between sessions, because this is so much energy there. The one thing about GTC that I think it becomes clear the moment you walk in is I've never been to a conference where there's so much hunger for information and energy for learning and for diving into things. There's nobody walking around just like moping like, oh, what do I do next? Everyone's there like for purpose. So it's super exciting, and the labs are just a great place to see it all come together. You guys do such a great job putting it together. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to move into one of my favorite topics, and that is education. And Max, you and your team have done such a great job of putting out resources for not only students, but for the educators and building out those programs. Really excited to see what you've got planned for GTC, and also for those watching who are involved in educational area. Max is also going to share some just general information about what resources are available outside of GTC. So just in general. So Max, so to tell me what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And thank you, Krista, and everyone that's been on the call. Amazing information, as you could tell. We work really, really hard at GTC to make sure it applies to pretty much anyone. That's really in any field of study. And so that's the same thing here. We made researcher and student playlists and educator playlists here, targeted agendas, we call them. And a lot of these are going to be in person, but there are going to be some that are virtual. If you kind of scroll through a lot of these, I won't go deep into detail, but if you're going to be on site, this is really an amazing one with Chief Scientist in Research at NVIDIA, Bill Daly. He's going to be doing a graduate fellowship fast forward talk. This is going to be including a lot of students that have received the fellowship this past year, and they talk about their experience, and then you could learn about how you could apply for next year. CUDA, C++, Developer Toolbox, CUDA Python, Developer Toolbox. Amazing 2 new sessions here. If you scroll down, you'll see there's some, and I think earlier today, someone pointed out there's also a virtual component here and a live stream. So this virtual one here, that means these sessions will also be available virtually, or they are going to be virtual. So take a look at that, and I'll show you kind of a quick trick. When you go to any playlists, or when you go to the View All Sessions tab right here, you'll see there's actually a viewing experience tab, and go ahead and click virtual. And that will give you a really easy way of seeing what are the sessions that are virtual. You can even go by industry segment, let's say academia or higher education or whatever you're interested in, and also even technical levels here. So I've selected beginner intermediate here, but you can go technical advanced if you'd like, or general. So that's a really good kind of trick for all of you to check it out if you're, let's say, not coming in person. But
that's an amazing tip.
Yeah, and really that's something to remember too, is a lot of these sessions, they're going to be available on demand. Edmar, you said this earlier, and I really urge all of you to join virtually. It's free. Sign up, register virtually, so you have access immediately to the on-demand. As soon as they're available, you can watch them on your own time. And these are really a lot of free sessions, free resources for you. Here, I know that there's some educators and researchers in the room too, or in the community. Please do take a look at some of these sessions. We have a really exciting session called Pioneering AI in Higher Education. This is going to have really high-level folks from Berkeley, from NVIDIA, from Georgia Tech, from KAUST, so it's from Riken. So this is a really good kind of global effort to bring in these leaders from different countries to speak to you about how they're really teaching education, AI education at the university level. You'll also see there's some connect with experts. So if, let's say, you're a researcher or in the scientific field, this is an amazing way to connect with our teams. These are basically all the folks I work with year round on educator programs right here. So they'll be able to answer your questions, and you can connect them there on site, and so on. The list kind of goes on. Some of the sessions that you've seen earlier that Krista or Ashley or Edmar shared, they're also going to be in some of these playlists. So we really do kind of cross-reference where applicable. Another, if you're a developer or if you're interested in anything developer, this is an amazing resource, Why Attend for developers. You'll scroll down and there's a lot of different click outs here. You can connect with peers. You can check out the sessions. Really interesting that someone mentioned in the chat this world's shortest hackathon. I believe this is the first time we've done that one successfully was done I think a month ago or so. But really take a look at that shortest hackathon. Free exam prep I'll touch on next. Physical and robotic sessions. You see there's a virtual button. Krista kind of touched on that earlier. So I really urge you to take a look at this website here. This is something that's really, really interesting and hasn't been done before. There's NVIDIA certification on site. So if you registered to the conference, you'll have access to be able to get certified there. They're doing get ready sessions. So really prepping you before even taking the certification. And this is different than the DLI labs. So this is completely separate. I'd urge you to check out these sessions before you take that test. Let's say you're interested in Gen AI and LLM. Awesome opportunity right there. And also, a key tip right there, there's a lot of self-paced courses that are available for free on DLI website. So you could come to some of these preps sessions, and if you're not ready to take it and you want to take it at home, now you have all of this knowledge that you've gained from this Get Ready for NVIDIA certification session. I just have one more call out here. If you are in the Bay Area, I hate that we can't do this everywhere, but if you're in the Bay Area, if you're at San Jose State University or any of these participating schools on this website, we're having a really, really special event. We're calling it Student Experience. It's going to be like 2,000 plus people in an event center at San Jose State. And there's going to be a live keynote stream and also a career panel that we're going to do with some really amazing people here. Also, I heard there's going to be a swag NVIDIA truck outside too. So if you're in the Bay Area, if you have time on Tuesday, take a look at this. Come join us. We'd love to see you there. And then one thing not related to GTC, but I did want to share it with you. Hopefully it loads right here. This is the educator's ebook. So if you're an educator and you don't know where to get started or how to get started with us, I really urge you to take a look at this ebook. There's going to be different steps here how you can get started, whether it's joining the developer program, whether it's joining our teaching kit program, becoming an ambassador, or just taking courses that we have. We really have a lot of different resources for you. So you kind of can really choose your own journey with this ebook, and it's free for you all to use. And it's posted in the chat. I know that's a lot in a very short period of time, but I'm really excited to see all of you at GTC. We're going to be running around like crazy from Sunday to Friday. So if you see us, stop us. We'll talk to you, and excited to see what's to come.
That's great. I'm very excited too. Now let me ask you. So just to clarify, because I asked in chat a minute ago, someone, I'll put it on the screen really quick. When I add schedule, I don't see anything on the next page. So when you are adding somebody's schedule, you're basically just editing it to your own personal schedule, right? It's not a technical RSVP. You don't have a guaranteed seat in that session. So that's why I said a little earlier, when you add your schedule, just make sure the ones you really want to make sure you get a seat at, you show there a little early, so you're not showing there right when they open the doors and the flood of people going in. So so please feel free to let us know if you have any questions on that. But yeah, you won't get any kind of verification email or anything. It's really for your own personal schedule. Max, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll turn off your camera. If you can welcome to hang out if you want and answer any questions in chat. And we're going to move over to another exciting topic, startups, which will be in full force at GTC. So for that, we have our friend Carissa. So hey, Carissa.
Hello. Yay, startups. Excited to talk about it.
I feel this is like, well, I always say this, but I feel like Inception is almost like the best kept secret. I think people know about it. Some people know about it, but there are a lot of people like don't realize that it's like a free, there's a whole plethora of services that are provided by NVIDIA to start a program. And the bar, in my opinion, is pretty low to get in, right? You just have to, but you can talk about that a little bit more.
I will talk about that. I will definitely touch on that. But yeah, we're definitely here to serve all stages of startups. So we'll definitely hit on that. But yeah, and a lot of great conversation today. I think I learned a few things too, just listening to the last couple of folks. So really excited. I think I introduced myself earlier, but just to reiterate, I'm Carissa. I work on the startup program. I also help support the VC program at NVIDIA. So we're really thrilled about all this stuff happening with startups. We've got over 150 sessions that are either led by Inception members or have startups participating in them. So that's huge. It's almost doubled since last year and even the year before. So lots and lots going on there. These are both in person. They are virtual as well. So we have a mix there. If we have any folks global, some of those sessions too are are EMEA friendly and also APAC. So that's great. And Mar, you mentioned this earlier, but we also have a huge presence in person in the expo hall. We have over 130 startups that are going to be there. We have a dedicated Inception Startup Pavilion that will have like 60 startup booths right there. So that's pretty cool. So if anyone's going in person, please come by. We have an info counter there. We have it staffed all the time during our expo hours with somebody from the Inception team, or at least a few, maybe a group. So definitely come by, have conversations with us. We'd love to chat. Love to see you. And if you're an Inception member, we are giving away Inception member pins. So we hope you come by and get one.
Ooh, pins.
Yes, pins.
Enamel
Collect them
pins?
all. Yeah, yes, of course.
Ooh,
Yeah,
fancy.
exactly. Yes, we're excited. So let me share my screen if I can.
Looks like we have at least one startup in the audience now saying hello. So hello, Lumen AI.
Hello, welcome.
All right, here we go.
Okay, hope I'm sharing. Okay, good.
Yes,
this is making it through. All right. I know there was a lot to take in from everyone today, so I was hoping just to hit on 3 things here to summarize some of where we want to see you guys. This first one, Pomi talked about it, and she's also going to be the one that's in the session. We're really excited about it. It's on Thursday, 11 o'clock. So make sure if you are going to be in person or virtual, add this to your schedule right now. We're going to be featuring, I think it's four startups. We've got NTOP, NeuroConcept, Meta AI, and Standard Bots. So really great startups that are going to be on that panel. Really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good one. They'll be talking about OpenUSD, robotics, simulation. So very excited about that one. Second one, we have an AI Day for Startups. It's on Tuesday. So if you're coming there, this one is in person only. I'm sorry, I wish it was virtual as well. Maybe next year we can get it up there and streaming, but it is going to be 3 sessions put together, and they are all VC led, which is really cool. One hits on kind of the 7 lessons learned, like a foundation framework. Another one is effective fundraising. And the last one is coming from a VC. I think it's kind of a cool perspective, but the startups that got away, so really kind of some fun topics there. Following those 3 sessions, it's going to be an hour of networking with the VCs and startups alike. So going to be a really busy day. Exciting for that on Tuesday. That'll be following the keynote. So again, if you're going to be in person, love to catch you in the room. Look for me, but there'll be so many folks there. Exciting. And the last thing I wanted to call out here is pitches. So we've got 4 pitch sessions that we're doing, and this will be happening both on Wednesday and Thursday. Again, this is in person. It'll be in the expo hall in the theater area. These pitch sessions are coming from all different industries, definitely touching on robotics, healthcare, others. And really cool about this, we have startup pitches. So we've got 3 sessions of those. And then we also have something that's different from the traditional pitches. It's VC pitches. So we have a select amount of VCs that are actually pitching what they're looking for in startups and what their specialties are. So we did this last year as well. It worked really well. People were really excited about it. So we brought even more VCs this year to hopefully take advantage of that opportunity. So yeah, and if you want to find out more sessions, more activities that we're doing, there is a URL at the bottom of the screen, and I think Amelia is going to drop it into the chat as well. Nice. NVIDIA.com/GTC/startups. So you scan here on your phone if you like.
An easy link. That's great. People can memorize it.
Yeah. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see a schedule at a glance on that page, which I find really useful. And you can look at that and add things to your schedule. And also you can click through to going into the catalog, of course, and you can look at virtual and look up startup sessions as well. So lots of things going on there.
Fantastic. We did get a question just now on the AI Day for Startups. With the type of pass that's required for that, I'll put the question on the screen.
Yeah.
Is it for full? Is it including the exhibit pass, or that's a full conference pass need for that one?
It needs to have a conference pass. Yeah. Okay. So I believe the exhibitor pass can just get you into the expo hall area. So this would be taking place at both the Westin and the Hyatt.
Okay, got you. Okay, makes sense. I just asked a minute ago. We have a map we can show us. Well, I'll probably, if I can, we'll show it in a minute or so. But yeah, there's obviously a lot going on. I saw in a meeting earlier today that we had with the team here about the expo floor and the layout, and it is amazing the amount of activities and areas on the floor. So I highly recommend people to get the GTC app so you can also look at it yourself. And all the information we've been sharing today is actually online. You just go to nvidia.com/GTC, and we're diving into different areas and talking about them. But you can access all this stuff online. Feel free to talk to us about it if you have any questions on the Discord server. Let me see. I think, are there any other questions or anything we left out for Inception or startups, Carissa? What about if they're not going to GTC or anything? What's the best way for people to the QR code on the screen in terms of
so this one here, so I just want to talk a little bit about the program. So outside of GTC, just a little bit more about the program. So we cover, again, all stages, anything from 2 people in a garage to the very mature companies. That's one of the great things about the program. Of course, it's free. And we do offer lots of benefits, including cloud credits, discounts on NVIDIA hardware and software, exposure to customers, and introductions to VCs and meetup opportunities. And then we also have NVIDIA training credits that we provide for you and your team to be trained on NVIDIA technology. So very exciting. The criteria is here on the screen, but there's just a few things that we need from you. Be less than 10 years old, legally incorporated, functional website, and then have yourself and a developer, 2 employees at least. So feel free to please scan the code here to learn more. This will take you to our landing page where you've got everything on there, from FAQs at the bottom to covering more detailed of the benefits. And then there's also, I think you'll find on there like an email or a phone number too, if you're looking for even more questions. But we'd love to have you join our program too. And if you are in the program, like I mentioned, please stop by at GTC. I'd love to see you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Carissa. That was super helpful.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate that. This is great. Looking forward to GTC.
And I think it'll be great. Upcoming live stream where we can highlight some Inception projects. Maybe we'll talk to some at GTC if you want to come on the live stream, talk about their stories. But thank you for all the great work you do, helping all these amazing startups around the world, leveraging great technology to do their life's work. So thank you. Yeah,
I'm going to brag, and I think I have one of the funnest jobs. So I love working with startups and VCs. They're both great.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Carissa. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Let me see. So that was awesome. Let me see. We have, okay. So we're just about the top of the hour now. Time flew by. We're seeing right now, Amelia, our awesome producer, is checking to see if we have a nice clean map of the expo floor. But like I said, if we can't show it now by the end of the live stream, just make sure you get that app. It's available on the Google Play Store or in the Apple Store also for your phone. I highly recommend, as Ashley also said earlier, it just really helps your experience while you're at GTC. So you might as well go ahead and grab it. The GTC website also is great. So you can browse everything we talked about there at nvidia.com/GTC. And as I mentioned a few times, we also have a great GTC channel on our Discord server. So our Discord server is pretty easy to get to, discord.gg/NVIDIA Omniverse. And then you just go to the GTC channel once you're a member. We also have doing something very cool this year, thanks to our great producer, Amelia, who came up with this idea based on our experience last year, where a lot of people were kind of pinging me or Amelia while they're at the floor on what they should head to next. So we actually set up a WhatsApp group on WhatsApp, which for GTC members of the community. So if you're going to GTC, definitely feel free to ping us. You can go to the GTC channel on the Discord server. Let us know you're going to be there. And if you want to be added to the WhatsApp, there's a link there in the GTC channel, actually, where you can join yourself. That will allow us to kind of communicate with you in real time, answer your questions in real time. It should be a lot of fun. So there's going to be a bunch of people there hanging out on WhatsApp during GTC. Ashley, are you packed yet? You're not packed yet, right?
I'm one of those people that pack the night before because I'm afraid I'm going to forget something. And if I pack too early, then I keep too many things out of my luggage. So I got to pack all of the night before.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Procrastinating works better for me. I'm a good procrastinator.
Yeah, I usually do it like an hour before I have to go, to be honest with you.
Oh,
so
wait,
I'm worse.
I don't do that. That's too stressful.
So what are you most excited about? So you're obviously, you got a lot going on next week. So you're obviously going to be doing the lab that you've created. Are you going to dive into other things while you're there also?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be pretty busy running around. I'll be on the show floor every once in a while as a TA on a lot of the lab sessions. So I'll kind of be flopping around. But I mean, just personally, what I'm excited for is to see the night market and how beautiful that's gonna be
Yeah.
because I've never been to Taiwan and I've seen all the pictures of Jensen going to these amazing night markets. And like, I love that he's bringing a little bit of that culture to San Jose. And I'm so stoked for what that's going to look like and how that's going to be transformed. And I just think it's going to be really cool.
I can't wait. Also, it's going to be some of our meetings actually are going to be in the park, so that should be fun too. And again, if you're interested in meeting people there and networking with others, which I think is one of the main benefits for a conference like GTC, is being able to not only learn from the sessions but also meet other people that are there, whether they're from complementary businesses to yours, or maybe there's a specialist there who can help you with something you're struggling on, or a consultant, or you want to meet someone from NVIDIA working on the tech that you guys are leveraging. I feel like networking there is one of the really big benefits outside of going to sessions. So leverage that meeting app you have, the GTC app. You just go to the networking, I think, tab, and then you can set up a brain date for yourself, or you can search through the existing brain dates that people have offered up. Feel free. I'm on there. So if you want to learn about maybe participating in a future live stream, or you're interested in us highlighting some great work you're doing on a blog, if you're an expert in one or more areas of OpenUSD or Omniverse, and you want to be considered for an Omniverse ambassador role, which is basically how we recognize people in the community who are just amazing developers, you can meet with me at GTC and talk about any of that stuff. It would be an honor. So I hope to meet as many of you as possible who are going. But again, we don't want to leave out people who can't make it. So I'm going to do the best I can while I'm there to kind of take pictures, talk to people, and share some stuff back on the Discord server. So you get some experience there from on the ground from me, and Amelia will also be helping out with that stuff. We might try to do a live broadcast at one point if we could find a good spot with good connection. Fingers crossed. We always try to do it, but there's always some issues with bandwidth and stuff. But we'll do our best to find a spot where we can do that. And maybe if there's anything that you would like us to kind of scope out for you while we're there, something you really you really got to find something out, and you're not going to be headed there, feel free to let us know, and we'll see if we can chase something down for you. Okay, so let me see. I have the GTC website on the screen right now. So like I said, everything is there. You just go to nvidia.com/GTC. Again, virtual registration is absolutely 100% free, and you'll have access to the sessions before others do when it's released to NVIDIA On Demand. And then you can find out all about the different topics and the speakers. These are you could do a deep dive in any one of these sections, go into the individual sessions for these topics. And there's some great stuff here. And then obviously I mentioned the app right here. You'll see also great areas of GTC where some of the sponsors are going to be showing off their stuff. Look at some of these names. It's going to be really just a fantastic week. We're going to be welcoming probably our biggest crowd ever in history. So I hope to see you there. Ashley, thank you so much for joining us on this journey of diving into GTC. I'm very excited for your content. And last year, you moderated a panel too at GTC, right?
Yeah, I did moderate a panel. It was about how people had taken their career path from Hollywood to simulation technology pretty much. And it was really fun. We had people, someone from Meta, from Amazon, someone from NVIDIA. We had Bobby from FS Studio, and they were all talking about their really interesting career paths. Some were like Bobby was a radio host in college, and we had Hunter from Amazon. He learned about Omniverse at school and took that over into his career and got a job at Amazon because of it. So that is still on NVIDIA On Demand. So you guys can check that out. It was really cool. And then I also taught what I would consider the baby version of what I'm teaching again this year. But so last year it was product configurator, and we took a purse and we connected it with Action Graph in Omniverse to change the USD variants. And then we streamed that into a React web application and connected the React web application buttons back into Omniverse. And that was really fun. Now this year, we're kind of doing the more advanced version with generative AI and connecting Comfy UI to our kit application. And we're going to be, we have a hero asset, which is our little coffee machine, our espresso machine. Our hero asset is going to be untouched by our generative AI service. And we're just going to be changing the kitchen that it lives in. So the backsplash, the countertop, the little accents like a plate and a bowl and a jar, and then the background. And I got exclusive access for the learners, only the learners, to get to play around with the Edify 360 NIM. So this is an early access API that you have to get like special permission for. But if you come into this lab, you will get to play with it and create custom 360 panoramic HDRIs that will be slotted into your kit application. So you'll get to explore how to add a NIM to your kit app. So it's going to be really fun, and it's going to be an interesting way to explore the kit app template and something that you may have not seen before when doing it yourself.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And just in, Pomi has set up a second brain date. So
What?
if you missed the opportunity to get in her first one, there are open spots. So if you go to the GTC meeting app, go to the networking meetings, and you could. I think the title of hers is Getting Started with Omniverse. So you can just do a search for Omniverse or scroll down. You'll probably see one of the newest brain dates there at the top of the screen. It's Pomi's if you want to meet with her, who you saw earlier in the live stream. Thank you for all the great questions too, and the and the comments. What is this from Papa Chuck? What's up? It's so boomer. Well, Papa Chuck, it works for some people, and let us know if you have another suggestion. We're still doing Discord.
WhatsApp is good because if you're from a different country and you don't have like United States phone number, you can still communicate with people with different phone numbers. So although maybe Papa Chuck, you're a little correct, it's more accessible. So that's probably why we'll stick with it for a little bit. Can I also plug something here?
Yes.
I was just playing with the app because I was like, why not? The GTC app. Did you know we have a chatbot?
Oh, really? What?
We have a chatbot. And I said, how do I find brain dates?
Did you
And
ask anything?
yeah. And it said to find brain dates, you can check out the topic market. And it had a whole different like links for me to go find brain dates.
Awesome.
So I mean, this app is so cool. I'm gonna spend some more time playing with it. So when I'm there, I can like shove it in everyone's face and be like,
That's
check
great.
out the chatbot, check out the map.
That's awesome. I don't think they had that last year. And speaking of accessibility, Amelia shared this earlier on LinkedIn. But if you're a student and want to come on Friday, there's an exhibits only pass that also include 2 sessions of your choice for $100. That is amazing. NVIDIA.com/GTC/pricing. So that's great. Amelia, thank you for getting that information. And let me see. And this is really quick for startups here. There's that link, NVIDIA.com GTC startups. Okay, I think we're out of time. So thank you very much for joining us today, everybody. I hope to see you next week, either on the floor at GTC at one of the sessions, of the panels, or at Humanoid Day, or at or online on Discord, where we'll be trying to engage with everybody on the GTC channel. So leverage that channel if you want to talk with me. That's where I will be hanging out. Ashley, good luck with final preparations for your lab, and have a great trip out there. I'll see you in a few days.
Yeah, thank you. It'll be so exciting to see everybody.
All right, thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. And again, just because live stream's over doesn't mean you can't keep asking questions. Feel free to come over to our Discord server and use a GTC channel. I don't think I plugged that enough, 100 times probably, but that's where we hang out. All right. Thanks everybody. I'll see you all. And we'll actually, I can probably announce it. I don't know if this is official yet, but I think it's official enough that after GTC, we're obviously some big things planned, announcements and things like that. We have some very special guests coming on this live stream after GTC. One of the people's names, let's see what can I give. His initials are RL. That's all I'll say. We have an RL coming to the live stream, who is always a fan favorite when he's able to make it here. Anyway, so look forward to that. More details as soon as we finalize them, but really some special guests coming to this live stream after our GTC. So if you want to get a good kind of summary and wrap up and how to take things from what was announced, you don't want to miss that live stream. So go to our add event calendar, and that's where you can add it to your calendar. Thank you so much, everybody. I will look forward to seeing you hopefully at GTC, and otherwise have a great rest of the day.
Bye.
Bye.